The energy of renewal is so strong and so powerful right now, and there's a vitality that we have access to if we are so willing and choose to receive it. I just jumped off my Cutting the Ties That Bind call, the beautiful group that decided to join, and I was just marveling at the time frame that naturally occurred for this to happen without much planning at all. You know, we began the process on the last full moon, which is the perfect time to beginning something. And of course, we're moving in this weekend to Easter. Now, whether you're Catholic or Christian, it doesn't actually matter at all. The volition of this energy, this planetary energy, is so powerful for what it offers us in terms of renewal. And renewal being different to restoration. You know, when we think about restoring, we are building on something that was already there, that's kind of old. But when we're renewing, it's total rebirth. It's like a new you, total alchemy. And I was sharing with my group, you know, when I think about this beautiful ascended master that we call Jesus Christ. Now, again, without any religion attached to this at all, just this ascended master and his teaching of absolute universal love, of unconditional love that transcends all fear. You know, and today being the day that that crown of thorns was placed on his head, and for me the crown of thorns really represents the ego mind and the suffering that we place upon ourselves. But again, you know, from his teaching of how we are able to alchemize the pain, alchemize the fear, alchemize the suffering by reattuning back to, returning to the truth of who you and I really are, which is unconditional love. It is so powerful. It seems almost too simple, but it's at the same time one of the most difficult things I think that there is to truly keep our hearts open, especially in times that are very challenging around us. Yet that is the medicine. And yeah, my wish for us all this weekend is how much are we able to open ourselves to the receiving of love. Because in that receiving of that divinity, then our whole being can be completely renewed. I'm talking on a cellular level, through our physical processes, our emotional processes, our psychological processes, our energetic field. You know, it really, this morning I had a beautiful experience with my husband where I woke up and I was feeling very, very tight and sore all through my neck, and I had a headache from it as well. And he intuitively just knew something was up, and he kind of put his hands and was just very gently, you know, stroking this area. And there was no expectation of anything in return. It was just really a giving of this pure, what we call munne in the Andes, or this high frequency of love. But I realized in that moment that I had two choices. I could receive it, or I could, you know, block it, because we do that. Because we're not really attuned or being told that it's okay to receive without having to give something in return. And what we don't actually realize is that the giving happens effortlessly and naturally, maybe not to the place where we are receiving it, but it's always going to flow on somewhere else. It's the same thing when we give. This is Aini. We don't expect it to come back from the same place that we gave it to, but it will return to us in some way from somewhere. So the receiving, the opening to receiving is so key in this. And it's not easy when we're used to having to hold it all together and be strong and stand strong, whether you're male or female. But this, you know, this very kind of warrior-like energy that so many of us have been in, then we may be missing where we can soften into renewing by receiving the love that is here from us, for us, the love that comes to us from our guardians, the love that comes to us from the people around us that we love. So as we move through this weekend, over this very, very powerful time, that's my invitation to you. How much more can you open to receive from the divinity and from love for total renewal? Give it to yourself. When you fill yourself up like that, when you fill your cup, then guess what? The giving becomes effortless. All my love. Have a beautiful Easter weekend. However you choose to receive it, receive love. Bye for now.